Many thanks to fellow Destruction Squad, Cliff from the servers, Seattle's Cloud, 7RP server, the Struggle community, the Camera Crew servers, Friendly DayZ podcast, DayZ servers, Reclamation server, and the settlement for making this video possible. DayZ Badlands Dev Blog 3 just dropped, and we got ourselves a look at new military clothing, several new melee weapons, 2 new guns, and new infected variants too. So I'm going to be dissecting the screens to give you the beans. In the previous dev blog we saw a lot of civilian clothing, with this new dev blog being centered more around military clothing and weapons instead, such as this new vessel item that you can see here. This was actually in the concept art, and as you can see they are very different, which means that this concept art completely mogs what we're actually going to get in the game. You're not going to have a flying cape, I'm sorry, with several items on this character here being shown in the latest dev blog too. The first is the top. As you can see, it's in the game here, and the new melee weapon called the Jambiya, likely working a lot like other knives do in the game, such as stealth attacks, but they did mention that this knife will be extra durable, so it could be that this knife is the best for crafting and gathering, as all knives in the game right now have very low durability. Another new melee weapon we're going to get is the Scimitar, a one-handed sword that is said to inflict a lot of damage, most likely due to it being a fast blade, with fast blades being the best damage per second melee weapons in the game right now. So this Scimitar is probably going to be the best melee weapon in DayZ. It's fast, it can reach far, and it does a lot of damage. Another contender is the new Donner knife. Not joking, it's actually called the Donner knife, likely using the same animations as the Scimitar, but it's not going to reach as far. As you can see, it's not as long, but we didn't get any footage of this Donner knife, so we don't know how well it's going to make a Donner kebab. We very much know how the new Luger pistol is going to perform though, because we actually got a video of it, as you can see here, which based on screenshots and pausing the reload animation at the exact right time shows us that it fires 9mm rounds. So this pistol is essentially going to be Nasdara's version of the P1 pistol. The final 2 weapons showcased are the police baton, being a shock-based melee weapon most likely found in police stations, and then we have a render, not in the game, we didn't see this in the game, of a knife called the Akinaka. And no, just because there's 2 in this image does not mean you can dual wield these. There has been no mention of such mechanics being added. Onto military clothing, there are 2 new confirmed sets coming with Badlands, the OBR uniform in 2 colour variants as seen here, which is also seen here with a new military belt that's coming with Badlands I guess. In this screenshot, the weapon the green guy is holding is a gun we've never seen before, so I'm going to need the community's help in identifying exactly what this is, but based on the limited research I did, my guess is either a Lanchester or most likely in this case the MP28. That's mainly based on the circular perforated shroud on the front, this bit with the holes in it, and how the hand is resting where the mag should be sticking out. There's no magazine sticking out the bottom of this weapon, which means that the magazine is sticking out the side. Similar to the Luger, this MP28 fires 9mm rounds, but unlike the Luger, will have a very custom reload animation as it's side loaded. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be grabbing the mag as you're firing this weapon. It looks like it's held from underneath instead. This will be a great addition to the game because we've never had a side-loaded weapon before. I have no idea how this is going to go on your back and how you're going to drop it on the floor. I'm sure there's going to be many bugs involved, but I don't care because the perforated shroud front bit, it looks cool. I'm going to pick this weapon up. I'll also be getting the new black assault helmet, or if we're very lucky, this means that spray painting items is back on the menu in Badlands. If we zoom in here, we can see a slight green tint on this black helmet, which means that it looks like it's been spray painted. Whether or not they're just using the previous model that they had in alpha, I don't know, so we'll just have to see if we're actually going to get spray paint in Badlands. The clothing on this character is the other new military set that's coming with Badlands, the FNO uniform. So this is the other one and this is the FNO version. And because there's 2 very different sets being shown off here, this could indicate that there's some opposing factions in the region and there's environmental storytelling of these 2 previously being in a civil war of some kind. We got a look at the region's police uniform too, with standard issue foot protection, and in this image we also see this new snazzy hat which is going to be all the rage this year, with police vehicle in the background. So this police vehicle here is based on Sakau's ambulance dynamic event, so this could be what police situations look like on Badlands, or what they could look like, and based on the walls here, the gate and the trimming of this building, this could be the first look at a Nasdara police station. Around this police station you can expect this new infected to be found, with lots of new infected variants being added with Badlands 2, all with unique clothing compared to other maps. The infected models and skins are also different, they're improved, they do look better, sometimes they look worse, sometimes they look like Shane from Walking Dead, certainly not in the base game, and there's a lot more detail in these models as well. It could be that we won't see any infected from other maps on Nasdara, and Nasdara infected can't be found on other maps. These are very unique to this location, and when you combine the unique vegetation and unique building models, I believe we're going to get a very new experience when it comes to Badlands. And we're only on like the 3rd dev blog. There's still like 5 or 6 more of these to come, with the next one going over PvP opportunities, whatever that means, gameplay systems, and environmental reveals. From the new screenshots we've seen in this blog, I would say that towers, sheds, and this industrial admin building being in the map is not a problem for me because there's so many unique assets on this map. We're not going to be able to criticize it the same way we did Sakau. Repainted houses, these are not. So on the surface at least, Badlands looks great and I'm quite excited to jump in and explore. However, I will say that you are expecting too much if you believe that Badlands is going to fix the core issues of the game, such as upgraded infected AI. There's no word of that coming. There's no word of a better anti-cheat, less desync, or basically, if the state of the game remains as it is now when Badlands releases, I believe that people will be disappointed and they'll criticize the game for that reason. Not because Badlands is bad, but the foundations that Badlands is built upon is dragging it down. In other news, on June 1st, the devs rolled out a patch that basically blocks PC players from accessing Xbox controller-only servers, and I'm happy to report that this block is very effective so far. I've seen no reports of PC cheaters on those servers, so if you're an Xbox player, you are pretty much forced to play on controller-only now to avoid those PC cheaters, and the same goes for server owners. If you don't want to deal with cleaning up this mess, then you will have to switch to controller-only. For those that are unaware, this was not my choice. I'm not affiliated with DayZ, and just because I make content for DayZ does not mean I support every decision they've ever made. So don't shoot the messenger or shoot me because I'm excited for Badlands. Anyway, for the normal people, let me know your take on this dev blog. Thank you very much for watching and have a good day.